Well, hello and welcome to the Silly Shill Show. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. So we have a special guest, Schrodinger's cat, joining us. So grab a cold one, engage your funny bones, because Tattie-Bogle and his evil minion Colon have been searching the internet for the stupidest bullshit for us to look at and laugh at. So before we get into that, let's go around the room and see who all with us tonight. I see we have Steaming Cup of Reason. What's going on over there in your neck of the woods there, Jeff?
I'm doing good, man. How are you? Looking forward to the show today. Should be kind of fun. And welcome, Schrodinger. It's good to be on the air with you again.
Thank you, sir.
Anything going on in your channel that you want to let everybody know about?
Actually, things have been kind of stagnant for a bit. Been really, really busy at work, but I do have some plans for a couple of videos coming out shortly. And of course, we got Logic and Reason coming up later today. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's your today, my tomorrow, future boy. But yeah, we got some channel announcements coming up about that, but let's get around the room before we yak all into that. And behind the scenes, covering our whistles and bells and keeping the streams free from flirt attacks that try to might shut us down, we have Mr. Tattie-Bogle. How's it going over there, Teddy?
All right, troops, all right. Okay, it's going swimmingly today, mate. Going swimmingly, I have to say. Just been a nice wee chill Saturday even. That future boy's got me confused now, man. But yeah, really looking forward to inflicting some more lovely stupidity on yous. And also looking forward, I have to say, to tomorrow's Logic and Reason, because I think it's going to be a really interesting one.
Yeah, it should be. And God, I can't wait till Kiri Mac gets back so we got a translator. I probably understood every third word there. Have another beer, Teddy. And our chief. And then we also have our chief mod keeping everything in the live chat on an even keel and calling out interesting live chats for us to talk about on the show live. We have the incomparable Aimee Hogan.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and I'm glad that you're coming and you're here watching with us. Everything's going great here. I hope everything's going well with you. And I want to say thank you to Schrodinger for coming on tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, and with that, the man of the hour, Schrodinger's cat. What's going on over there in Catland, Schrodinger?
Oh, I'm happy as hell to be here. I've been back for about 2 weeks from Hawaii. If anybody wants a super, super easy job, go be a meteorologist in Hawaii. You only have to remember the phrase. It's going to be a high of 80, a low of 70, chance of showers, and lots of rainbows. And that's it.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've been back here for about a couple of weeks. I leave on Monday for Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is the opposite of Hawaii. So I'm going from 80 as the high to about 20 Fahrenheit. And yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. And I haven't done much with my channel just because, the last week that I was in Hawaii, I billed 84 hours, which is great for the bank account, but bad for the YouTube site. And again, happy to be here. I'm going to make a new video coming up real soon. It's going to be about the Flat Earther CC, and I'm dropping a huge spoiler tonight. Maybe we can look at the video that I'm going to make a video about and have a good laugh. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking at that. But you know what, man? It's really hard for me to work up any sympathy going from Hawaii to Rhode Island. At least you got to Hawaii.
Yeah.
What's better than that is I went to Hawaii and they paid me.
Hey, that's even better.
Can I kick him, please?
No.
You may.
No, you can't kick him. He's going to be, well, he may or may not be here. I don't know.
You know what?
It might be a little hard to kick anyway.
I really don't feel bad about the videos now.
So, how about some channel announcements here, guys? We've been talking about this iNetwork for the last couple of months in the background. We've been kind of telling everybody on our different channels about it individually, off and on, for the last couple of weeks. But I think we're finally ready to make the move. And last I heard, sometime this evening after this live stream, you will be seeing a name change and a banner change on this channel. It will no longer be called the Shills, but not to worry, the Silly Shill Show will still be here every Friday and Saturday night podcast, part of the new IE network, spelled EIE, stands for Education, Information, and Entertainment. We're going to be having a lot of new content and a lot of new shows. One of the things we're going to be doing is bringing the Logic and Reason show over here beginning January the 19th. So, noon GMT tomorrow, we'll be having the Logic and Reason show, where we will be having a moving party. So, to make that a real party, we've invited AB Science, who's also part of the Shills team, and Blue Marble Science to discuss the how conspiracy theories screw up the scientific method. So that will be our last live show on that channel, and it will then be moving over here. And all the rest of the guys have been planning a bunch of the new content. We've already got Sarcastic Barman's Poker Night on Sunday nights. I'm making plans for a psychology show to help dispel the myths and social stereotypes of the mental health profession and the people who seek help from it. I've heard Jutmonk talking about a DJ party night and a bunch of other things. So watch this space. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to the new show coming from Kevin on the space shuttle. That should be really interesting.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that one. Do you know a little bit more about that, or because that's about all I know?
Yeah, basically, I think it's going to be kind of like a documentary going through the entire history of the space program and the space shuttle in particular. He's got some really good stuff. I've seen a little bit here and there, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But it's going to be really interesting. I love anything to do with space and the space shuttle and the space program, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a couple of months now, because we're more than just a bunch of drunken morons who like to point and laugh. We actually have a few brain cells between us, and we thought we'd like to offer people more content that they may enjoy outside of just the whole fun and games, right? So, Aimee, what do we got going on in the live chat? Anything interesting before we get off into anything else?
Actually, we do. We just got a super chat from Digital Demonic Davros. Thank you so much. He gave us $2 Australian, and he says, "Dullard Ludites are my bitch."
Hey, thanks, Demonic.
Thanks, Demonic.
And yes, my son just gave me what for in the background because I swore.
So what else have we got going on there in live chat, Aimee?
Nothing so far. Just everybody's looking forward to the move, and we're all getting excited. So this is going to be great. So.
Outstanding. And I got poked in the background. We've had several of our shills are kind of down for the count with illness. I'm kind of getting over mine, so I popped in tonight. Dick Dawson and Jutmonkthedrunk Monkey may be coming in later during the show. We're not entirely sure yet, but we will definitely be keeping the phone lines open because we don't want them to miss out on the fun, right? Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I talked to Monkey the other day when I was on Jose's show, and I was expecting him to be here. And when I talked to Dick a few days ago, and we talked about my appearance on here tonight, he assured me that Drunk Monkey would be here and would be extra drunk. So they have some explaining to do.
Yeah. Sometimes life gets in the way, but as long as they make it, we might hold their feet to the fire for a second or two, but, as long as they bring some jokes and some beer, right?
No worries.
Absolutely.
So how you guys want to get into some stupid, or do you want to just keep yakking away?
Let's get into some stupid.
Schrodinger here has brought a little video for us this evening, so we're momentarily saved from the Evil Minion Colon's videos. So Schrodinger, why don't you tell us just a wee bit about that before Tatty loads it up and plays it for us?
Yeah, no problem. So I've done a couple of videos about the Flat Earther CC, and he always seems to be in his car driving while he's making his videos, which is just a poor idea to begin with. And I've thought here and there, why is he always in his car? And this video explains why he's never home when he makes his videos. And it's self-explanatory.
Wow,
you send it out.
confession time. All right, Teddy, if you're ready, let's play that beautiful, stupid footage.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Well, same day, same time. This is not to scale, of course. When I grew up, the solar system was stationary.
All right, honey, come on.
The sun was standing.
Why don't you stop this bullshit?
Idiot. Can you give me like 5 minutes?
No, you've had it all morning, and I'm just freezing, and I'm hungry, and it's time to start cleaning the house.
But editing.
That was brilliant.
Is that all of it there, Teddy?
That was
Yeah.
50 seconds.
Oh my God.
She actually called him idiot, and he posted it.
Oh God.
You never heard of editing?
He just kind of proved her fucking point, you know.
That's funny.
I mean, that ranks right up there with that in-run video where he was all stoned out of his gourd yelling at his wife, you know, I'm a god. You're not a god. You're a moron.
Oh, what a
Oh my
doofus.
Oh, I cannot wait to see what you do on your channel with that cat.
That's why he's driving when he makes his videos.
I can't believe he actually uploaded that for everyone to see. What
That's
an
the
idiot.
thing.
Oh my God.
Oh, that look on his face was just classic, man. That was even better than the interesting thing. You know, it's just the look of somebody dying inside, you know, all at once, you know.
Oh
my
man, that was
God.
crazy. Well, I
You
can't
know,
wait to see
he
what
has
you do
another
with this one,
video where
Schrodinger.
he has another one where he talks about that his daughter just doesn't have any respect for him because he's a flat earther.
I
Well,
can't imagine why. Oh my God.
Unbelievable. You saw that.
Aimee, there's got to be some stuff in the live chat about this one.
There is. There is. It's really good. Dark Knight Apologetic says, brain cells, what are those? All mine give up when a flurf starts talking and it's hard to wake them up afterwards. Phil Blacka says he might do a video riding his electric scooter and talking at some point. Linda Bertelson says, I think that is why most of the ones who record in their cars do. Their family don't approve. And I think they're right.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Oh, I've made that joke and suspected in the past, but man, to have confirmation of it is just great. What else we got?
Stuck in Florida says his wife works for NASA and is a fellow shill.
Nah, dude, really?
Yeah.
And your pal Al says, we know who wears the pants in that family.
She didn't give him any respect at all. She just walked right through the frame and said, what did she say? I'm sick of this idiot.
No, I'm sick of this bullshit, I think she said.
Something like that. But just total disrespect. It was hilarious.
Oh, man.
Give
I
that
can't
woman
wait
an
to see
award.
what you do with this one.
Let's leave this to a vote in the live chat. One, if it's worth playing again. Two, if it's too much and move on. You know, let us know. Personally, I think it's worth watching again. Just
I vote play it again.
Yeah, I vote play it again as well.
Aimee, what's going on in the live chat? Are they responding?
Just all ones. All ones.
The whole one.
All right.
Again.
Your wish is our command. Taddy, play that beautiful, dead in the eye, stupid footage.
Bear with me 2 seconds, and we'll get that lined up again. Because I had lined up the next one.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Sorry to throw a kink in there for you, Tat.
Oh, life's always more interesting with the weekend, can it?
Oh, my God.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Well, same day, same time. This is not to scale, of course. When I grew up, the solar system was stationary.
All right, honey, come on.
The sun was standing.
Why don't you stop this bullshit? Idiot.
Can you give me like 5 minutes?
No, you've had it all morning, and I'm just freezing, and I'm hungry, and it's time to start cleaning the house.
That would be funny. Would you just stop this bullshit?
Just give me 5 minutes.
Verbally castrated.
Oh my god. How many razors a week does he got to go through to shave his legs to wear those skirts properly?
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh,
You guys are welcome.
Oh, thank you. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. You totally rock, Kat. Oh god.
Oh my God. I mean, the reactions in the chat.
Oh, I hear you dying over there, Jeff. Come on, man, let it out.
it's just too funny. I'm sorry, I'm speechless. I mean, that the guy is stupid enough to actually upload that. I mean, hey, world, look at the size of an idiot I am.
And it can't just be spur of the moment because you have to click several different buttons to make it upload. You got to wait for it to upload. It says, "Are you sure you want to upload?" And he thought that was a good idea.
I know. I mean, you've got all that time, all those steps to rethink your actions. But no, he's got to hit that freaking upload button.
Even if that was live, all you had to do is close the stream and hit delete. It's easier to delete it than it is to upload it, actually.
God, I can't believe that. That is the ultimate in stupid.
Yes. Oh my God. The reactions in the chat right now is
The life and time of Guido, the killer flurf.
Oh god. And that look on his face, man, it just looked like she ripped that butt plug right out of his ass without any forewarning at all.
Yeah. You can almost hear that.
She probably knew that people were either watching or was going to hear it, and she still goes, "Idiot."
Oh my god.
Oh, I could watch that 100 times and laugh my ass off.
Oh my God.
How did she deal with this is what I want to know, because I swear to God, I know my wife. If I had come home and told my wife that the world was actually flat and they are trying to hide God from us, she would have tossed me out the freaking door immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You're fucking out of here, you moron.
Oh, man. I'm surprised he's still married.
I'm surprised he's still
Not for
breathing.
long.
Oh, come on, Kat. Come on. This was your video, man. Lay it on us.
It's self-explanatory. What else is there to say?
That is just wow, man. That is mental.
God. Well,
I've made other videos about the guy, and I'm pretty sure he's either going to die in a catastrophic car wreck or have an aneurysm as he's driving, because he gets really, really wound up as he's driving and just screams into the camera.
I'm surprised the back of his head is not flat from getting whacked with the skillet so many times.
Or from sleeping on the couch.
Hey, I just heard the Illuminati trying to alert us to something there. Amy, what's going on?
Yes, please. We got a super chat from Mr. Victory. Thank you so much, Mr. Victory. He gives us $14.99 American dollars. He says it's CC doing a video and his wife is trolling him.
Isn't that the truth?
It is.
What else we got going on in the live chat before we move on to more stupid?
Yes, Mike Bertelson said, so is anyone else wondering if he's just being a troll Poe and that's why his wife thinks he's an idiot?
Good question.
And Meepet thinks that that she's the one who uploaded it. So
That's cool.
Oh, that would be a great backstory.
Oh, it would be.
That she did it behind his back. Somehow I had his password.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be something?
But it's a little bit old. Let me see. This was from December 21st. So it's been out there for a couple of weeks. He hasn't noticed.
oh wow.
Maybe
It's got
that's exactly what
62
happened.
thumbs up for some reason.
There's got to be 62 Globies. It's got to be.
You know what? I'm going to go thumbs up it right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Now he's
Jeez,
got
how can you
63.
not? Oh,
That's
God.
right.
Well, we can continue to beat that horse bloody all night long, but we've got a bunch more stupid in store for you tonight, folks. And just to prove that Tattie-Bogle is totally evil, he sent me a note that all it says is a present from your friendly neighborhood Tatty, and I ain't spoiling shit. Mwahaha. All he gives me is the title, Flat Earth, Let There Be Light. Tatty, if you're ready, why don't you go ahead and prove to our audience that you are indeed an evil shill?
Oh, with pleasure. With absolute pleasure. Now, as I say, this is interesting. Here we go, folks. Hold on to your hats.
In the face of overwhelming odds, I'm left with only one option. I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
You probably know neon for its use in lighted signs, but in fact, all of the noble gases glow when they are bombarded with electrons.
Hold the phone, Teddy. What the fuck? What did he just say?
Oh, man.
Two different types of light. You heard it here first, folks. World
The fuck is that shit?
Daylight.
What does that even mean?
I know. I mean, where is this other light supposed to be coming from?
One's coming from the sun, and one's coming from the moon.
Oh, one's coming from the moon.
Oh, yeah. Two different types of light.
Oh, God. Oh, my.
I don't know where to start.
Neither do I. I'm at a loss. Where the hell do you even begin?
I want to see some experimentation on that, because I have seen experimentation on light, you know, like back from the 1800s and stuff, and they actually they lined up really good, well thought out experiments to falsify their ideas about light. That was one of the ways that infrared light was discovered, actually initially by accident, was by breaking apart light in a prism and setting thermometers out and seeing the temperature of the different spectra of light, and they found that where there was no visible light, there was actually an increase in temperature. You know, so before you make a statement like this, show me an experiment, please, because just saying it don't make it true. That's just pulling bullshit out of your ass. And it's, if you're going to pull it out your ass, then of course your ideas are going to stink.
And he said he's come to the conclusion that, which means that he's thought it through. I mean, if this is a conclusion that he's come to, not that, and maybe a hypothesis. So, again, just like the last video, he thought about this. He took the time to make a video and post it. So he's pretty sure this is true.
Teddy, who is this moron anyway?
Oh, let me just consult my notes here. 2 wee seconds. Shibbity-boo, shibbity-boo. This gentleman goes by the name of Dan Dimension.
Dan Dimension?
I have never heard of him, but I have got to. Somebody put a link in the live chat because later tonight I have got to look this moron up. That is some pure comedy fodder. Oh,
Don't
my
you worry
God.
about that. I'll show you it.
Before we get into the live chat, go ahead, rip him to shreds.
Dan Dipshit's more like it. What an idiot. Holy crap. Anybody knows that if there's light, it's all coming from the same frickin' source. It's coming from the sun, you fucking moron. Even the light from the moon is bounced off because of the sun. Holy shit.
Oh,
what
God.
An idiot.
Aimee, there's got to be some stuff in the live chat on this one.
Oh, there is. Mike Bertelson says, I'm going to make sure my son can't hear me. You've got to be fucking kidding me, he says. Ugly German Truth says, no shit, Sherlock. Sunlight is direct. Daylight is indirect, scattered. Otherwise, it's one and the same. And your pal Al says, no, there's other gases in the atmosphere that aren't nitrogen, oxygen, nor noble gases. And Mike Bertelson says, you watch. There will be many claims, but no evidence. When will these idiots realize that a claim is not evidence of itself? And so that's what we've got so far.
What a moron.
Oh, my God.
What an idiot. Does he even know the difference between direct and diffused?
I don't
Does he even know the difference?
Maybe that's what he's going for, direct and diffuse, but at the same time, it's still only a single source of light, you know.
Exactly.
Oh, God,
Exactly.
Teddy, there's got to be more minutes left on this, so yeah. Go ahead and let's suffer through this.
With absolute pleasure. And a wee bit of relish.
Curve. Oh my God. So he sounds like he sort of understands how the Aurora Borealis works, but he doesn't quite understand how the atmosphere keeps mixing itself because, I'm sorry, there's not an argon layer, there's not a nitrogen layer, there's not an oxygen layer, it is all intermixed. So he's starting to get it, sort of, but then it goes boom, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the knowledge is right there. It's right in front of him. He can just about touch it and really make sense of it, and his asshole sucks it up again.
Yeah, this is where my my Poe meter starts to peg. When people what's the chick with the big rack? Orphan Red.
Professor
Professor
Funbags.
Funbags. Yeah, when she seems to know too much to be so dumb. And
but at the same time, a little knowledge can be dangerous. I mean,
it's hard to be definitive.
I mean, you can give a chimpanzee a loaded 45. He can figure out how to pull the trigger, but the results are going to get real ugly real quick because he doesn't understand the rest of it.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Oh God,
Unbelievable.
Aimee,
I just don't get it.
Aimee, go ahead and move to live chat if you want, but I want to hear your personal opinion on what we've seen thus far.
I like the analogy. He knows just enough to be dangerous. Because that's one of my favorite sayings that I've always, And of course, they never, ever come up with proof of any of their claims that they have. I don't see any proof whatsoever, or any evidence, I should say, of what he's got going on there. I don't see it. So, and we've got some good comments in the chat too. Vesta Freya says, once high enough, damn, that would take a huge pile of drugs to get that high. Elia Moon says, my brain cells are going overboard, jumping and screaming, not today, Flurfer, not today. Mandelbrot says, the only gases that separate are helium and hydrogen because of their high velocities. And Ugly German Truth says, I love all claims of an electromagnetic and close sun. They do know that a neon or other gas tube, when excited, does emit a measurable magnetic field. So the sun going around that way would too, and it does not. And he's right.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah, because
do you know what would have made this video even better?
What's that?
A lady walking across the street and just saying, "Idiot."
Exactly.
Enough
right.
with this bullshit, idiot.
Oh God. I'll give him one bit though. He does know how to edit a video, and he chose some fairly decent music, so it's got some entertainment value.
I have a confession to make with the music.
Oh.
Yeah, the track he chose was Insta copyright. So I may have switched up the music a wee bit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. So okay, well done, Tatty. You got some fairly decent taste in music, and it goes well with my beer. So why not, right?
Oh yes, whiskey drinking music, man.
Anybody else got anything more to add before we move on with the stupid?
Nah, this guy's just out to lunch.
All right, bring on the stupid. Whoa, wait. We can't get too far away from that. We cannot get too far away. Did he just try to say that the Terminator line there in this video was created by electromagnetism?
Yes.
Did I read that right?
That's pretty much exactly what he said.
So
Convergence
is he telling me that if I create electromagnet in my backyard, I can actually go out at noon tomorrow and create night by repelling the light beams? Is that what he's saying?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of where he goes with this, I think. Because you got to remember, that's the light for the moon, not the light for the sun. Because there's two different types of light.
Teddy,
Okay.
if you had given me a forewarning, I might have brought more beer into my office here. But at this point, I'm going to have to take my headphones off and go get another. So I'll let you guys continue to chat about this while I get another beer, because I am not. I can't do this sober.
No,
Yeah,
man.
I think I'm gonna have to hop off the wagon and start drinking again. This is crazy. This is stupid beyond stupid.
No. I mean, I think what's happened is he's heard that visible light is an electromagnetic wave of varying wavelengths. Which is 400 to 700 nanometers or something, if memory serves. I could be wrong because I'm going back to school for about 20 odd years ago. But I think he's heard that and he's going, I know how I can screw with this. And just ran with it. Because, wow.
Oh, okay, I'm back. I got another beer in hand, so I think I can deal with this. Did I miss anything? Did Aimee get to the live chat yet?
No, not yet. I was about to ask her to do so.
Yeah, Linda Bertelson said this is so painful to watch. Oh my God, what's the deal with the sun? Is it perspective or electromagnetic? Is it a hologram or Nathan Thompson's butthole? That's what Mr. Victory said. Oh my gosh.
I love that on the screen. It says the edge of the daylight. Yeah, that's because there's a curve there, you moron.
Exactly.
And if I may, I mean, he doesn't understand simple light and shadows. It doesn't need this whole elaborate explanation for what we're seeing on the screen. I mean, it's just the sun shining and the shadow of the earth making twilight and night.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's the sunlight itself that gives us daylight that's just diffusing into various colors in the atmosphere because of the gases that are present. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's not two separate individual light sources. I mean, where does this fucking idiot come up with this shit?
I wonder what he thinks happens when he's in a room and someone draws the curtains closed.
Oh no, man.
Hotel rooms must confound him.
I think he'd be confounded by a set of Duplo blocks.
Yeah, some people just don't deserve opposable thumbs, you know? It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know. Go, roll more stupid, Tatty. Just roll more stupid.
Bloody mute button. I also don't know.
Oh, man, no, you can't. No. Daylight will take the shape of the electric and magnetic fields that it is within. Holy shit. Do you think the Earth is a fucking light bulb? Holy crap. What a fucking moron. Holy shit.
oh, and I know, right? And I don't give a flying fuck what you goddamn believe. You show me some fucking evidence instead of a picture and then some horseshit statements plastered over it. Show me a freaking experiment, you know, write a peer-reviewed paper, you know, do something other than spouting moronic, idiotic, stupid bullshit. Because your beliefs don't mean dick.
Daylight takes the shape. That's a nonsensical phrase. Daylight doesn't take shape. And why is it even daylight instead of just light? Because light is light.
Because there's two different types of light.
That whole statement of "I don't believe that the sunlight is a circle around the sun." What? I'm sorry. The only thing that's going to stop a photon is when it hits a solid object. Duh.
The casual spaceman has a good comment here, and he says you cannot bend light with a magnetic field ever. That comes direct from a professor of science. So suck on that, electric universe spunk trumpets. He said.
There you go. There you go.
Well, we do have evidence that light can be bent by, what's the word? Gravity.
Gravity. Ooh, it's that scary word, Flurfies. Gravity. Ooh. They're all dropping loads in their pants right now.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to dress up next Halloween as a gravitational field and scare the piss out of the Flurfers, right? What else we got going on in live chat, Ames?
Ugly German True says, but does that professor have a master's in making help manual websites? That's what he asked about the professor from the earlier comment. It's so easy, y'all. It's magic, King Crew says.
Damn. God damn it.
Is that it, Amy?
Yes, it is. Pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Kat, when this stream is over, you want to help me hog tie Tatty and beat him to death?
I was just going to suggest that.
Good. Great minds think alike. Yay. Get a couple of Navy boys together and you're in trouble, Teddy.
I'll bring
A couple of Navy boys in your hog tying, gentlemen. Yep, the rumours are true.
Oh, yeah. We know knots.
Yes,
So-
I was just going to say sailors know how to tie knots.
Just tie a knot in it.
I just
Tie a knot in it.
God.
I just don't want to see the Golden River. That's all I'm saying.
Just being honest, though, we probably wouldn't have to tie him up. He would probably just comply.
God, you're a twisted man. That's why I love you.
What if we showed up and he already had the lube?
Uh-oh.
Then I might be afraid, actually.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Run away.
I've been expecting you.
Oh, we're coming dangerously close to a community strike. Taddy, save us with from that with some more stupid.
Here we go, troops.
Oh, stop that right there. Oh, stop that right. Oh my God, the curve you see here is not the curve you think it is. You know, I'm sorry, but did I just see the Wizard of Oz? Ignore the men behind the curtain.
I want to hear his explanation of what a noble gas is.
I'd love to hear that.
I think
That's
he
what.
thinks that it's probably a gas with like a suit of armor, like a sword and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of a tank of helium and a top hat 20 years ago. You know.
This is Sir Helium.
Oh my God.
Oh, I can't believe it. I just can't believe this idiot.
I can hear it in your voice, Jeff. You've got a rant building. Come on, let it out. Don't let your head explode.
No, this guy's just an ignorant fool. I mean, he obviously doesn't have a first fucking clue what light's all about. Not a clue. I mean, the guy says he says the sunlight or the daylight draws out the sunlight as the sun goes down, right? What the fuck's the difference? Sunlight is daylight, you fucking moron.
No shit. The only thing that could have made this video better, unfortunately, is copyrighted. But as I'm watching this, all I'm hearing in my head is the Betty Hill theme.
Yeah, exactly.
Yakety sax.
Exactly.
Cat, come on. You got to have more to say.
I was just looking up to see if there were any writings by Lord Argon.
At least that would make some kind of sense.
Oh my God. Aimee, come on. What's going on in live chat? I know our viewers have got to be going absolutely bonkers right about now.
They are. It's great. Ugly German Truth says, isn't he saying ignore the curtain? That the man you think you see behind it is just a trick of the light? And the Casual Space Man says, ha ha ha, JM Truth, but the difference is Professor Bell is a real scientist. We had some good ones. Oh my gosh. And Mike Bertelson said, I just got dumber after that video. I just can't get over how much he twists to explain away things that, are just simple explanations. The curve of the earth, the light, everything. He just has to twist so much. And actually, he's upside down right now with this explanation. You're not seeing a curve. It's just the trick of the light, It's like, you sound almost like snake oil salesman. It's sort of like the scammers that I call sometimes when I'm scam baiting and stuff. And it just reminds me of that.
Sort of like a snake oil salesman. Isn't that kind of like being almost pregnant?
Either he has a reason, right? But yeah, that's.
Since you brought up Dr. Bell, that reminds me of the last debate I had with Marilyn Spirit Level. Since then, she has agreed to debate Dr. Bell.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
I sent her an email. Yeah, I sent her an email and said, did you go back and watch our debate? Which obviously she did because she put it on her channel. Do you really, how much better are you going to fare against him? I mean, it's almost like she got into a street fight and got her ass kicked and then said, I'm going to fight Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
that's
no kidding.
What's happening here?
She couldn't handle it from a Navy navigator. What the hell is she going to do with a physicist and chemistry expert that actually sends things to the freaking moon?
Well, she wrote me back and said, "Yeah, I'm going to debate him in January." Okay.
Oh, if you hear about it before I do, definitely let me know when and where that's going down. I do not want to miss that.
I believe FTFE is going to be hosting it. I think that's where I heard it first, that he was the one going to make that happen. But it's going to be bad. It's going to be so bad.
Oh God, I can't wait for that.
He's gonna tear
we got to get the whole crew together and be in that live chat.
For sure.
That's gonna be so much fun. My God,
I wouldn't debate him if he said, "Okay, let's have a debate," and all I'm going to say is bullshit. I would still say, "Nah, you just probably would run circles around me just saying bullshit."
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be a hell of a funeral.
Aimee, or I'm sorry, Tatty, what do you got thinking over there? Oh, is he probably working some buttons and whistles?
Yes, muted.
Oh, there he goes.
No, I've just brought it back a few seconds, and I'm going to stick this on screen because the beauty of this sentence is just, I love it.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Notice here, the sun, notice also here, the sun disappears into the horizon and not below it. This is because of perspective, and the daylight eventually drowns out the sunlight.
Oh my God, I missed that bit the first time. The
no,
daylight is drowning out the sunlight.
Yeah.
What?
You are looking lengthwise through the layers.
Daylight is sunlight, you fucking moron. God damn. If you just pulled your head out of your ass, the world would look a lot brighter and smell a lot rosier. Jesus fucking H Christ already.
How can you not understand this? Daylight, sunlight, what's the difference? It's light.
Oh, I thought you'd enjoy that.
Oh my God. Even the moonlight is fucking daylight from the other side of the goddamn globe. I mean, how hard is this to understand, people? Come on.
Well, it's mental, man, isn't it? It's mental, but as I say, as soon as I seen this video, I thought, yep, has to be done.
What a mental midget.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. I hope you didn't get a bunch of noise in the background, but I just pulled a flurf. I got so excited over this stupid shit. I dropped my phone, it unplugged my microphone, and I opened up like 3 more apps, and I'm like, oh my God, all of a sudden I'm a flurf.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
No good, man.
It's
the
time
logical
for Shills intervention.
I'll tell you, the logical flare. Now, there's a
I want to
fucking
know which
oxymoron.
one. I want to know which one he thinks comes from the sun. Is it daylight that comes from the sun, or sunlight comes from the
Sunlight.
sun?
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder.
That is a good question.
Well,
And
he
where
did
does
say
the
at
other
the,
one come from?
he did say at the beginning that the light is 2 different types. So I'm getting the impression he thinks it's the same source, but daylight and sunlight are somehow different types, kind of like salt
say that
water
again.
and fresh water. Maybe it's the only kind of thing that I'm thinking. I don't know. It's really hard for me to get inside this guy's head, and I'm not entirely sure I want to. I don't have a flashlight. I don't have a guard dog, and I don't think any of you are brave enough to go in there with me.
Oh God, no,
I'm not
man.
brave enough. But I'm
It
definitely
would
daft
be
enough.
some weird sort of spelunking.
Yeah. I'm scared of bats. I don't want to go in there.
Well,
Oh my!
still got a
freaking
couple
God.
of minutes that's left if you want.
Oh God, may as well. Let's get it done.
Oh,
The light is not. The light is curved, not there. Because of the field curves. Once again, so close.
Oh, stop that. Stop that right there. Now, that is a cool little trick, and that is exactly how little plasma balls, if you've ever had them in your living room, work. When you go to touch them and the little lightning inside the plasma ball gets directed toward your finger. But what I want to see is how he can create darkness with a magnet by repelling the photons. When he can do that, I might actually say, he may have something here.
I wonder if that's daylight or sunlight he's working with now.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's not the anybody in the live chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong because I love learning new things if I am wrong. But as I understand what he just did with that magnet, it's not the light that's reacting to the magnet, it's the electric field that's actually energizing the neon that's reacting to the magnet.
that's all a neon light is. It's just a particular gas that will emit a certain color. And when you pass electricity through it, it lights up. That's how we can have all those pretty, colorful, twinkly signs on the streets. That's all they're doing. They're just exciting the molecules of the particular gas they're using to emit that color that they want to achieve. Of course, a magnet's going to have an effect on bending it around it within the tube. Now, take it out of the tube and see what you get.
Aimee, what's going on in the live chat? I know people got to be having something to say somewhere, somehow.
Okay, we've got, he has nothing but a pile of shite in hand. That's what Dark Knight Apologetics says. In Clockwork Rex says it's a charged plasma particles of plasma that react. And Mandelbrot said charged particles in the plasma are reacting to the magnet, not the photons.
Okay, so I was kind of sort of almost right. All right. I'm not a physicist, you know. I'm actually just a moron that talks to people. So, you know. But at least I can say I'm not as stupid as this moron.
I mean, the only reason why this works at all is because they've isolated a particular gas to get that color. Different gases will emit different colors. That's how neon works. But in the atmosphere, as you said earlier, it's all mixed together.
Yeah.
Don't work the same way.
I have yet to see a science-grade laser react to a magnet that way.
And Booleanator says magnetic fields divert electron beams, CCRTs.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, that's how we got the original televisions.
Yeah.
CRT screens.
Well, that was the electrons itself. It was deflecting, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
I believe it was the electrons were deflected to excite the different.
This is where I wish we had somebody like Mike Bertelson, AB Science, or Blue Marble Science in the chat to give some more descriptive explanation. Because, we get it, but it'd really be nice to hear from one of the top-notch brainiacs out there, you know?
Yeah, what the CRT did was it would fire electrons at the screen and light them in the different, all the different colors. That's a very simplistic way of explaining it.
Yeah, and used RGB, red, green, and blue.
Right, RGB, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got anything else to be said from the live chat in the panel itself, or do we just roll more stupid?
Just go ahead and roll the more stupid.
All right, Daddy, you're
More
up
stupid?
to bat.
Coming up. Yeah. So neon produces the sky blue.
Oh, man. What an idiot.
Dear God.
So the sunsets are because of the neon in the atmosphere and not because of anything like, I don't know, Rayleigh scattering.
Yeah. It's grand,
Right,
isn't it?
and the same reason why he says the sky is blue because of neon. Which,
Yeah.
Yep.
And so is the.
but the sky's not always blue.
Because of, what was it, argon or xenon?
Yeah, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah. This guy, the stupid is just too fast with this guy.
Rayleigh scattering is a pretty simple thing to understand.
Yeah, it's not tough. And I've heard a lot of explanations for why we have a blue sky that's, freaking stupid, but this is actually a new one on me, that it's because of the noble gases. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
And to say that all this causes lightning, doesn't this guy understand that lightning is nothing more than just static electricity?
Yeah, and at this point, Tatty, I'm having a bit of a Schrodinger's relationship with you. I both love you and hate you at the same time.
Welcome to my world.
Oh my God, you are an evil, evil man, but thank God that is over, and thank God he saved that Alice for another video.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm almost afraid to ask what's coming next.
Oh my God.
I'm saying nothing.
Aimee, while I look up the little notes here, why don't you let us know what was going on in the live chat?
Sure, absolutely. The casual spaceman says, yeah, electron beams, not the photons, are being bent in CRT tubes. So says Professor Bell. And Don Giovanni has a good point. Electrons have charge, photons do not. And don't sit so close to the TV, it will burn your eyes out.
Oh, yes. Your eyes will turn square.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, I think they were all just like, whoa, this is just too much stupid.
Yeah.
So was somebody quoting Professor Bell, or is Professor Bell in our live chat?
That was Casual Spaceman that's quoting him.
I see.
Okay.
I was going to say, if Professor Bell is in our live chat, we would have to send him a voice link.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely, to help us with this one. And Dark Knight Apologetics says, at this point, it actually makes more sense to say the sky is blue because of water above the firmament/dome.
Oh my God.
Somehow that makes more sense.
After watching that stuff, yeah.
Holy mackerel, man.
Who all do we got in the live chat? Aimee, why don't you do a few call outs here?
Sure. We have Phil Blacka, Ugly German Truths, Gary, Isle of Wight. We've also got Mr. Victory, Joseph Grant. Good night, Joseph. He needs to go to bed. 9 o'clock Hero. Let's see. We have Mandelbrot Set and Vesta Freya, Intellectual Iconoclasm, and Jamie. Yeah, and Linda Bertelson and Mike Bertelson have been in there too, and Michael Barrett.
Ooh, and we just got a super chat, $5 Australian from John Rapp. First thought you couldn't make this stuff up, but wait. Oh, shoot. Thanks for that. Now I need a brain douche.
You're welcome, John, sir.
Thank you very much for that super chat, sir. You are a scholar and a gentleman. And I just heard our doorbell, and who walked in? But Bullionator. Bullionator, say hi to everybody.
Hey all, how's it going?
Hey, Bill.
It's going. How you
Hey,
doing,
Bull.
man?
Oh, have you been watching this nonsense, Bull?
Not a lot. I caught the tail end of that, but like you were talking about how the magnet was diverting the shape of the plasma storm,
neon.
for lack of the neon plasma storm inside that tube. Yeah, it's the electrons that are being diverted, and the electrons are what cause the gas to emit light, much as the phosphor in your CRT emits light. So yeah, it's kind of the same principles but different medium. That's pretty much all it is.
Yep.
So.
And that guy actually put some money into his little equipment to make this stuff, but then to get it so freaking wrong, all I can say is, you've wasted your dollars, sir.
Yes, I didn't catch what the whole point of it was necessarily, because I got the tail end, but I heard something about daylight versus sunlight, which is
there's two types of light.
Yeah.
I would suspect that that's video that he took from somewhere else.
Yeah, I think so too.
And hey, Bull, how's it going? It's been a long time since we talked.
Heck yeah. How are you, Schrodinger's cat?
Can't complain. Nobody would want to hear me if I did anyway.
Beat me to it. Oh, God. Oh, so anyway, in the live chat, tell you what, voting time. Give us a 1 if you vote 1 if you want to see more stupid, or vote 2 if you want to see Tattie-Bogle tarred and feathered.
Uh-oh.
Aimee, you gotta take the vote there, Aimee, and let us know what they're saying, because I don't have the live chat pulled up.
Okay. Uh-oh. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. Oh, a couple 1s. That's a hard one, Mr. Victory said. A lot of 2s.
Oh, they've got your number there, Tatty.
1 and 2. Ugly German Truth said.
Yeah, sure. False dichotomy. Why can't it do both?
Clockwork Rex says more stupid. 1 + 2 = 3, John Rapp said. Lots of 2s.
Oh, I'm voting through, man. 69.
1 + 1 = 2.
All right, so Cat, start warming up the feathers, and Bullionator, start warming up the tar. We're gonna have a party at the end of this stream.
Elia I flog him once he's tied up.
I get to feather his ass. That's mine.
Liquefying as we speak.
Oh,
Well,
Teddy, this video number 2, is this one that you picked out, or did your evil minion Colon pick this one out?
let's have a wee lookage at the notage. And
I don't see who's responsible for this one. All I see is this Flat Earth Talk is the channel.
oh no,
And it's Flat Earth Facts, top 5 reasons I no longer believe in the globe, but we don't have anybody to blame for this.
you're welcome.
All I want to know, Tatty, is this one going to hurt more or less?
I have a suspicion that if you're not numb by now, this is going to hurt like a mother.
I think you're right.
This will be sore.
Okay. Well,
All right.
let's get cracking.
I got my Tylenol. Hit that button. Oh, great way to start.
Hi, my name's Andrew, and I love God. I'm a born-again man who has the Spirit of God. I don't like labels, but I must say that in 2016, I became a biblical flat earther. Now, before you call me nuts or absurd or off of my rocker, just know that I believed in the globe ball earth model for 29 years of my life. Basically my entire life, up until 6 months ago. When I first heard the term flat earth, I laughed and mocked and called anyone who believed that the earth was flat was crazy as hell. What I found, however, is that the more I looked and listened to them, and the more that I considered that the earth could be flat, it all started to add up, and the proof kept on stacking up. I love space, the concept and the idea of the heliocentric model, but there are so many flaws in it that I can no longer believe something that has no proof, as the ball earth model has none. Make no mistake, you must research something.
Are you freaking serious? The globe earth model has no proof. Have you been paying attention at all, you dumb, stupid moron? Any one of our channels, any freaking textbook, all you're really saying is, the Bible says so. Now, I don't care if you believe in God. I don't care if you consider yourself a born-again Christian. I don't care if you really believe in your Bible. But it is not a scientific fucking textbook. Are you serious?
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
to be
video has been
honest-
out there. This video has been out there for a little while. I heard this guy. Seems like maybe a year and a half ago I ran into this video, and he just goes down the whole Eric Dubé rabbit trail.
Well, we will be more than happy to spank him completely silly, just like we did Eric Dubé over and over and over again.
and continue to do so.
Indeed.
You know, But he's got such a happy voice. How can he be lying? How can he not have something right if he just sounds so perky and happy? Aimee, I hear you giggling. Does that mean you got some good comments for us?
We got some. Oh my gosh, I'm just laughing. Caddyshack Wizard says, "God damn, he crawled up back inside his mouth." So we can crawl back out of it. This man should be in prison.
Oh man.
Clockwork Rex says he needs another beer to the face now. And it's like, at least the other video didn't have a stupid idiot narrating it. That's what Mr. Victory said.
I was just gonna sorry, go ahead, Aimee.
No, that's okay. It's just that I was just going to say that the Bible doesn't quite come out and say that the earth is flat per se. It doesn't say, it doesn't come right out say it. It never did. Why they're interpreting it to say that now, I don't know, because it's not true.
No, because after you've had translation upon translation upon translation upon translation over the course of a couple of thousand years, what you end up with is a book of poetry that the translators eventually made say what they wanted to say because they were looking at it through the lens of their own culture and not through the lens of the original culture who actually wrote the original words. And I could go on and on and on, but you get my point.
Right, you can make it say any and everything.
The thing is, he brings it up, and that's the only time he mentions it. The rest of it is just his belief as to why the Earth is what it really is, isn't he?
Yeah, but it was that statement he made that there is no evidence for a globe that just really cranked my gears,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I was looking at the intro part, and I'm like, what about that freaking video you're showing that shows a nice curvature in the Earth in all directions?
Fish Islands.
Fish Islands. Yeah, that's going to be the excuse for that one.
Well, we've already seen the explanation to that. It's the electromagnetic field of the Earth interfering with the photons, making it look curved. Pay attention to the curve. It's not really there.
Exactly. I mean, consider who wrote that damn book to begin with. If we believed everything they said, the Earth would be 1,500 square mile of fucking worthless desert that doesn't even have oil in it.
Good point.
What do you reckon then? As you say, it's 5 points. Let's see how many we can get through.
Before we go any further, I need anesthetic.
There you go. Oh my God,
some?
are you drinking it out of a can? You heathen.
I am not a proud man.
Everybody knows that the best beer comes in glass bottles.
I just grabbed those out of the front.
I can.
They were underneath the front seat of my truck. I just went and grabbed some.
Well, you are from Virginia, so we got to give you that.
Yeah,
they like their warm beers.
It's okay, man. We still love you. Anyway, Tatty, since you seem hell bent on destroying our sanity and torturing us, you may as well roll some more footage.
Is Flat Earth on your own, and I'd love for you to learn the top 5 reasons why I became a biblical flat earther in 2016. Please keep an open mind, and thanks for watching my video. Here's the top 5 reasons that I no longer believe in the globe ball earth in 2016.
Oh, this had a big beard.
Number 1, space is fake. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, fuck off.
Did you know that there is no real true photo of the Earth from space? We're taught that these images are, but even NASA themselves openly...
Before Jeff explodes. Jeff was going to explode all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
This guy's like a moron of morons. Holy shit. No real pictures of space. You're looking at fucking 8 of them right in front of your face, you fucking moron. And this, it is Photoshop because it has to be. I am so sick of that fucking phrase. I swear to God. Do you fucking own a goddamn smartphone? Does your smartphone take panoramic pictures? Well, how do you think it fucking does that? One shot at a time, stitched together by the software and presented in a 360 view. What the fuck is so hard to understand about that? The Earth is fucking huge. The camera can only take a picture of a small bit of it at a time. And then they've got thousands of them they have to stitch together to make a complete image. What the fuck is so hard about that? You fucking moron.
And I've made multiple videos about the continent size. They say, well, the continents are different sizes. I've made multiple videos about them, about demonstrating how you can do that with a single camera. One of them was an actual real-time video.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm all for keeping an open mind. You know, that's how, as scientific knowledge advances, I can keep up and change my understanding. But I'm not going to keep my mind open so much that my brain's going to fall out of my goddamn head and get lost.
No kidding.
You know, and one of those pictures, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't on the screen long enough for me to read all the captions, but if I'm not mistaken, one of those pictures was the 1972 Blue Marble, and that was taken on film, not with a digital camera, but with old-time celluloid film. And the most they might have done with it was maybe brighten the blue a little bit as they developed it.
Exactly. I mean, how can you say that's not a real picture of Earth? I'm sorry, but I just can't get my head around that. I mean, this guy's like every other flurf out there. He's got his head so fucking far up his ass, he's going to need a tonsillectomy to see daylight again.
And let's not forget, when you see something with your eyes, that is a composite. Because your eyes see in different bands and put them all together in your brain.
Yeah, and don't tell me that 1975 picture was looking down on the flat Earth. You know, don't even try that bullshit.
But Schrodinger makes an excellent point there. The human eye we have stereoscopic vision. Our two eyes are seeing from two different angles, and the image is overlaid, and our brain processes that into a 3D image.
And then flips it upside down.
Is your brain CGI?
Well, his brain probably is CGI.
His brain's holographic, as in no substance.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, Amy, come on. We got to have some stuff in the live chat on this one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ugly German Truth says, so he's been stupid for at least 3 years. Sigh. And then Elia Moon says, number 1, ate too many mushrooms. and Brown 01 says, reason number 1, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. Looking down on a flat earth, Elmo. That's what Mr. Victory says. And Linda Bertelson says, this guy is just like all the rest. It is like wash, rinse, and repeat. He won't have anything new. Nope. And Janie says the 1975 picture was 1972 Apollo mission. And Ugly German Truth says Sly Sparkane's video this week with the serial debunking of the Bloody Globe Lie tour banner contained an analysis of these images. And 9 O'Clock Hero says it's not real because he told me.
I want to read this one out. Jen, she says, sorry, blue balls are real. Ask my husband.
Oh my gosh.
Jen. That's awesome.
That's almost as disrespectful as the first video we watched.
Oh, God. And, you know, we've used that idiot bill a few times in this stream already and in past streams, and I got to give a huge shout out to Team Skeptic for inventing the idiot bill, and thank you so much for letting us use it, man. That is a classic that must stay in the community. You rock, Skeptic.
Exactly.
Mr. Victory says, Mr. Victory says, no, not blue balls. No. Oh,
God. Oh my God! That first time that Mr. Victory's daughter got on Mr. Sensible's stream and did that baby tell cow, that cracked me up. And if anybody's wondering, that's why she now has an avatar on the Shills. She is our #1 fan. Thank you, little Victoryette.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Riley. Thank you, Riley.
Yes.
You're a wonderful little kid. You're wonderful.
She is. She's
Our
adorable.
Del
She's
cows are
adorable.
here for you.
Oh God, should we crack on with some more of this nonsense?
Yeah, let's get slapped in the face with reason number 2.
No real true photo of the Earth from space? We're taught that these images are, but even NASA themselves openly admit that all these images are done in Photoshop. They are composite computer-generated images. And if you look close, you can see all the discrepancies in each of them, how some of the continents do not match up in size, and how the clone tool was used to create the clouds. NASA even took the liberty to Photoshop the word sex.
Pause. Okay, Kat, you're up, man, as I know you're chomping at the bits on that one.
Well, I've just done it so many times. All that you have to do is take your globe, like I have right here in my office, with no zoom. Take a picture of it. Back away as far as you can. Zoom in to maximum zoom. And you're going to have 2 different size continents. That's just how it works.
With the same size outer sphere, absolutely.
Correct.
You know,
And
cameras
Maryland had an issue with it because the siding in the background was different widths apart, as it should be.
Because you zoomed.
Correct. And then when I debated, how was his name, Matthias, something or another, he accused me of faking the picture. So I did it live, an actual uncut video of it. And then he finally admitted that I was right. And the notion that NASA said all of them are Photoshop, the guy Robert Simmons never said all of them are Photoshop. He said it is Photoshop.
Right,
Speaking
the one he worked on.
Right, the one that he worked on.
Yeah, I just love that quote mining, picking apart shit, to make it say something that it didn't. Context is everything.
Yeah, using the clone tool to fake it. No, they didn't use the clone tool to fake it, you fucking moron. The pictures just didn't have the proper overlap in some areas because of how the pictures were taken. There are some missing spots, and they only used the clone tool to fill them in so the image was more presentable. It was not done to deceive or to fake or to invent anything that wasn't actually there. All they're doing is filling in the little spots that were missing the digital information to complete the picture. That is it. The clone tool was simply a matter of healing some of the areas that had missing data. And as far as sex in the cloud is concerned, well, hey, fuck, you ever hear of pareidolia, you fucking moron?
Yeah,
Right.
I
If
saw
you
an elephant in the cloud one time, and it doesn't mean that there was a real elephant up there.
Right. If you go get a family portrait taken, and they do some red eye reduction and take a pimple or 2 off your face, that's still you.
Yeah. Exactly.
I saw baby cores in the clouds once.
They were real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how you get baby clouds from the big clouds, and they give birth, and then you just caught it before they snipped the cords. That's all.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Bull,
exactly.
Hold on. Let me talk to Bull for a second. When a cloud loves another cloud,
They go hide behind the mountain, do their thing.
And you get a rainstorm. How fun is that,
that's not rain.
You ruined thunderstorms for life now.
Oh man! Oh god!
Oh my God, Amy, I hear you giggling. Does that mean we got some good comments?
Yeah, we do. Elia Moon says sex because NASA knows what's up. No blue balls. Ugly German Truth says also again, Slice Barcane. If you take a serial panorama photo composed from many photos one after another with delay, you will see cars and people cut off and repeated the same way, but they're still real photographs. And he also said, I do not remember, but I'm not sure if all of them even are from NASA, all of the pictures. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, those are the ones we've got so far.
Yeah, they act like NASA's the only space agency in the friggin' world. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, geez, how many are there now? Like 20 or 30?
Something like that.
Come on, man.
At least try to blame ESA once in a while, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
I mean,
why does it always have to be NASA? Quit picking on NASA.
Yeah, America has a space agency. China, European Space Agency, the Indian Space Agency, the Russian Space Agency, even fucking Cambodia has a space agency, for Christ's sake.
Exactly. And believe it or not, Vietnam has an astronaut.
Really?
Yeah, he went
Can you
up
pronounce
with the
his name?
Russians. His name is Fem. Oh shit, I can't remember it exactly. Win, I think, but yeah, he went up with the Russians. I think back in 2004, 2005, something like that. But yeah, Vietnam does have an actual qualified astronaut.
I did not know that. That's pretty freaking cool.
Absolutely.
Okay, so do we want to go back to the Tattie's torture chamber?
Do we have to?
Yeah, I've got a theory here, and I think we're about to have it proven. You know, the name Tattie-Bogle in English means potato ghost. I don't think he's a ghost. I think he is a demon from the deepest, darkest depths of hell who has learned his torture from Satan himself.
That's the nicest thing you ever said.
I think
real quick before we
hobbit.
move on. I have a list of the countries that have space agencies. Algeria, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Denmark, France, Germany, India, Israel, Italy, Japan, Kenya, Luxembourg, Mexico, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Pakistan, Peru, Republic of Korea, Romania, Russia, South Africa, Spain, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, United States, and that's without talking about SpaceX and all of the other private space industries.
I mean, Luxembourg, like the smallest country in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. No offense to any Luxembourgers out there. I personally prefer cheeseburgers, but we're not going to get off into that. But, come on. The space agencies are so friggin' common. Why keep picking on NASA?
Exactly.
Yeah, what did we do to anybody?
All right, Tattie, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and torture these guys while I take my headphones off and go grab another beer. I am going to momentarily escape.
There we go. So while you're doing that, I will read this one from Mike Bertelson. This is really good. He goes, there are 14 government space agencies with launch capability, and there are 74 government agencies in total. That's a lot.
That is a lot. That's a heck of a lot.
Right, that man. So.
Yes. And then don't read the whole list of countries, Mandelbrot said.
Oh, dear God, no. You'd be surprised. But anyway, I insist. The torture continues.
Okay.
Enjoy.
No, here we go.
Into one such cloud formation. This can be noticed when flipping their composite upside down and zooming in. Were they bored? Or is this the calling card of Disney? As we've seen them do such similar subliminal messaging in such children movies as The Lion King and Tangled. I'm coming to find that NASA and Disney have a lot in common. Every aspect of space footage is fake. We've seen water bubbles in footage and other discrepancies such as flimsy hatch lids, which clearly show this is not real whatsoever. Footage from the ISS is easily faked using a green screen and what is known as
this here. Oh man, he just keeps sort of rolling those points one right after the other with no explanation except to say, I see this, therefore true, in my opinion. You know, but he's offering no freaking evidence. It's like, Jesus Christ, again, pull your fucking head out your goddamn ass. You know, you're talking about pareidolia. You're talking about that hatch is flipping around because, you know, it's in fucking microgravity and it's been hit with his foot and kinetic energy is moving it. How do you think it's going to move in microgravity, for Christ's sake? It's not sitting at sea level. It's not just going to bang closed. You know, if it had banged closed like that, I'd say maybe you have some evidence for fake.
Yeah, it's just conservation of momentum.
It's an extravaganza of pareidolia. Pareidolia, I'm sorry.
Paradumbass.
Yeah, paradumbass. And what's this? When did fucking Disney become the most evil organization ever? What the fuck is up with that?
I love that bit, man. I love that bit.
This little prick asked us to keep an open mind, but it's becoming painfully obvious to me that his is not.
No.
Exactly.
It's shut tight.
Well, to answer your question, Jeff, Disney became evil when they got a hold of Star Wars. After that, it was all downhill.
Oh, man. Oh,
fair play.
Come on. Disney is cool, man. Every kid should grow up with Disney.
I used to work for Walt Disney World, so I kind of have a different perspective on that whole company, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're on the working side of things, it ain't always so bright and shiny. But I mean, Disney is the cornerstone of children's entertainment and education.
Absolutely.
I learned so much from watching Disney. I mean, I don't even know where to go with this. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty sad to put that on a kids movie company.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the greatest children's entertainment conglomerates that ever was and ever will be. Disney is king for a reason.
How twisted does an adult's head have to be to see the word sex in that tangled picture? Exactly. I mean, you know, because the kid's looking at that, and just like me, all they're going to see is her hair wrapped around him.
Exactly. Tell me about it, man. Can you find fucking sex anywhere?
Exactly. Last time
he had
I checked,
actually
fucking
already
Mickey didn't have horns.
Repressed does he have to be? I'm thinking he's repressed. You know, it's how repressed you have to be with sex and everything.
You have to flip the Earth upside down and then zoom in and then kind of squint to even see the word sex in that cloud.
Yeah, and I know you can't really judge by a person's voice, but this kid basically, to me, he sounds like a kid. He doesn't sound like he's that far out of puberty, you know, so his head's probably stuck on sex anyway. You know, it's like, go get some, you know, relax a little bit.
And just a little fill-in from my comments earlier. Vietnam's astronaut, his name is Pham Duan. He is a military pilot, soldier, and scientist. He went up with the Soyuz 37, and he spent 7 days, 20 hours, and 42 minutes in space. So you looked it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Information's easy to find if you just use a freaking keyboard and something like a Google program. Don't use Yahoo. You know, try using Google. Right. Just my personal opinion. But Aimee, what's going on in live chat?
Ugly German True says that green screen fake is cringeworthy. So badly cut out hair. You can see that this is not how that was filmed, but later edited. And I have to agree. Even on my little Chromebook sitting here, I could see how badly they faked that, adding that green screen in there afterwards. And it says, anyone do a reverse image search on the Earth sex picture? Yeah, I think this guy needs some. That's what Linda said.
Reverse sex? That's kinky.
And Jen says, obviously, he's suffering from blue ball syndrome.
Yeah, obviously. But unfortunately, I think he's saving himself for his Lord.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the
Let's
girls at
find
youth group aren't giving him any.
Let's find out. Caddy,
Yeah.
more pain.
More pain coming right up.
Is a 0G plane, as I'm sure of other methods as well. The plane flies high up in the air, and then does a basic nosedive, producing an environment where everything is just in free fall. We can see here that this woman seems a little...
Stupid alert. That fucking called the vomit comet, and it provides negative gravity for about 30 seconds. How do you explain this lovely lady floating around for over an hour as she's being interviewed? Explain that, you fucking moron.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, how do you think they're going to train for microgravity? You know, it's no different than when the Navy trained me for firefighting and they put me in a mock-up of a ship's main space. You know, it wasn't on a real ship. It was on the Navy base, and it was only a building made to look like an engineering space on a ship, you know, but that's how we trained in mock-ups, and that's all the Vomit Comet is a mock-up of what they're going to experience when they're out in space.
Love the way you said that, man. Love the way you said that, but they just don't understand. Vomit Comet, it's a basic nosedive. His words, not mine. Basic fucking nosedive. Aye, you need to be on the parabola. Perfect. And it lasts, what,
Exactly.
10, 12 seconds? Maximum?
Yeah, and speaking of balls, you know those pilots that are piloting the Vomit Comet has got to have really big ones made out of highly shined brass.
I just to weigh him down, keep him in the seat.
Yeah, logical. The firefighting thing you went, was that the Buttercup?
No, I was West Coast. That was on 32nd Street, San Diego.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Yes, I am actually. But anyway, what else we got going on in the live chat, Amy? Anything else before we move forward?
Yes, actually we do. We have one. Mr. Victory says, I'm so tired about the green screen. Oh my God, they started using cameras up there before green screen was something really effective. Fionn Ellery Jones says, in space, no one can hear you vomit. Oh my gosh. And Phil Blacka says, if I called all flatards morons, I would be in 30-day jail on all of the time on Facebook. So there we go.
Yeah, and no shit, right, Mr. Victory? Don't tell a bunch of us YouTubers about green screen. We all use green screen. That's what part of what makes our videos a little more visually pleasing and entertaining, you know. But I'm sorry, on the ISS, they don't have to use green screen. It's already interesting.
There you go. Exactly right. And he makes another point, like the Skylab footage. There's some amazing footage. And that was Punchy, by the way. Thanks, Punchy. And he's right. The Skylab footage, there really wasn't very much green screening going on back then. Not that I can recall.
Oh crap, I just looked at the clock. We're at an hour and 45 minutes already. If we're going to get through the rest of this freaking stupid, we better crack on. Otherwise, we're going to be here all goddamn night.
Absolutely.
A little bit on edge and is clearly feeling unsafe, as I imagine most would in a plane that's in a free fall. Nations all over the world fake space, and it's just a money-making scheme. NASA alone pulled in a whopping $18.5 billion in 2016. Reason to lie? Yeah, very much. Number 2, there is no curve.
Hold on, can we get...
Last time I checked, a
He
ball...
said-
Yeah. Go ahead, Schrodinger.
He said 2016, but the screen said 2011.
Yeah. My only thought was,
noticed
oh,
that,
God damn, this was only reason number 1. We still got 4 more to go.
Well,
Yeah, that's a small point, but still, he said 2016, and the screen said 2011.
Has to have a curve.
Yeah.
So you can find out.
Okay,
All right.
maybe he can't read.
There you go. Just bring that up.
Yeah, and just painting green lines on the screen isn't proving jack shit, you know. Why don't you find and bring forward those little cables that you say are holding her up, you know, and actually highlight those instead of painting a green fucking line on the goddamn video? Seriously?
The willful ignorance
Me the
is
wires.
unbelievable.
So shall we see what he's got to say for number 2?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Checked, a ball shape has to have a curve somewhere. But in fact, once you truly look, you will find none. Anywhere. There's none. The proof of this is in objects that can be seen from certain distances over water.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, no. Come on.
Yep.
No.
There are so many examples of this now, and certainly the lighthouse.
Is that a pause?
Yeah, that's a pause. I mean, oh my God, the freaking original picture he put up for point number 2 clearly had a fucking curve. And how many times do we have to explain an inferior and superior mirages, for crying out fucking loud? I'm getting a freaking blister on my finger from going, you know, from explaining this shit so many goddamn times. Somebody just smack this stupid motherfucker.
Absolutely. How many videos does Reds have to make to fucking educate you?
I know.
Oh, Amy, what you got for us, dear?
We have a super chat from John Rapp. Thank you so much, sir. We so appreciate it. He gives us $5 and he says, idiotism resonance. Idiots attract idiots and resonate their word salad statements. The divide between the stupid and us is increasing. 2 species?
I'm starting to wonder there, Mr. Victory.
I know, exactly. Oh my goodness. And then Peter G says, how do a government make money by speeding to fake stuff? NASA's only expensive, not an income. It does stimulate the industry, but the income would be taxes. And I'm not sure why they claim that it's all fake. You know, it's just... That's a lot of money to fake something. And how many people would have to be in on that to, you know...
Oh, I know why they fake it, because if it were real, it would make their position look ridiculous, which is what it actually does.
It does. Exactly. But not one person has blown the whistle on something like this. That's my, you know, really?
That's
They still, yeah, I mean, that's pretty incredible. They must pay him real damn good.
Yeah, no deathbed confessions, nothing.
Yeah, and the short answer to that question is these idiots that come up with these stupid-ass conspiracy theories in general are just afraid of their own smallness and insignificance compared to the greater universe. You know, but what they fail to understand is that doesn't make us less precious. It actually makes us more precious. You know, that life actually could have evolved on this insignificant little rock to the point that it can look out and say, wow, look at all that out there. I want to know how it works.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When I listened to the Pale Blue Dot from Carl Sagan, he encapsulates that idea so well.
Carl Sagan's my hero, man. I love that guy.
Yeah. If you don't know what the pale blue dot is, then take a look. It's a little. It's a part of one of his books that it's really sobering.
Oh yeah,
It really is.
See, well, being
Actually,
European side, I've not seen a lot of.
I'm sorry, Teddy. What did you say, Teddy?
You're saying being European side, not seen a lot of Carl Sagan, but there are certain things that even we over here know. In the pale blue blot, or blue dot even, is one of those things.
And
Sorry,
then,
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger, and then you were saying?
No, I was saying. I mean, that's only about a minute long. Couldn't we pull that up real fast, or do we have time?
Yeah, if Teddy can find it quick enough, sure.
I can send the link to it.
At this point, I don't think we're
yeah.
going to get through all 5 of these idiots' reasons anyway. And I'm
I
not
have a
entirely
version.
sure.
I have a version that I did on my channel featuring FTFE, Blue Marble Science, and others, where we read it.
Yeah, and so far this moron hasn't given me any reasons for not being a globe earther. All he's given me so far has been fucking excuses, for Christ's sake. Not one reason have I heard yet.
The same old tired rhetoric again and again and again.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's just rhetoric with no empirical evidence to back it up. None.
Nothing at all.
So we saw that in perfect action on Kevin Kennedy's channel, Kennedy in Space, when he debated Hip Hop Hippie. All basically Hip Hop Hippie was saying, and Kevin paraphrased it perfectly when he said, so basically all you're saying is, I don't believe it and I don't trust anybody. That's it. Oh my God. So anyway, while Teddy's searching for that, unless he's found it already, have you, Teddy?
No, yet.
I just sent it.
Okay,
Nice.
well, while he's searching for that, Aimee, what's going on in the live chat?
I have a good one. It says, King Crew says, now I know how much NASA makes. I'm confused as to why they're always late paying me. What's wrong, NASA? I mean, nothing to see here. And Mr. Victory says, if he goes into more of it being just CGI, I will lose it because it's an insult to 25 years of my life I put into CGI work. So there we go.
Yeah, no shit. For all the millions of dollars that NASA spends, if they were really faking it and having us be shills for them by making our debunk videos, I could ask for $100 or $200 a month, but all the fucker sent me was a goddamn T-shirt. Fuck me.
Unreal.
Oh, Bullionator, what do you got to say about all this stupid so far?
Big sigh. Anyway, it's just that bad. It really is. It sounds like I've literally been listening to this kind of stuff for 3 years since I started moderating Soundly's chat, and I can't get over how much repetition they've gotten to at this point with this stuff. This sounds like Eric Dubé's 200 points almost condensed to 5. That's literally all this is.
Yeah, that's all I've heard so far.
Okay.
Not one original thought in this person's head. I'm assuming it's a person anyway because he's speaking English, but I could be wrong. It could be a sea cucumber that grew arms and legs and walked out of the water for all I know. For anybody that's wondering why I use the term sea cucumber, adult sea cucumbers don't actually have a brain. Oh, God.
Okay.
The intentional, willful ignorance is so thick. It's unbelievable. I mean, the effort they put into actually actively becoming ignorant about something.
No shit. That thickness of willful ignorance is actually more dense and thick than my grandmother's meatloaf.
Oh, I mean, it takes some serious work to push aside the truth and be so willfully ignorant about everything, just to stick to some stupid frigging fantasy.
Right. Well, I'm say probably about 10 minutes left till we hit the 2 hours mark. I found a video for Carl Sagan. It's 3 minutes 23.
Excellent.
Yeah, we could use a little something to save our remaining brain cells from listening to the idiots.
Something for all of you out there who may not have seen this before.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to bring this one up and enjoy.
That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds. Our
Pause that there, Teddy.
Our
I just asked Teddy to pause that for a moment, because if we play too much all at once without saying anything, we could get a copyright strike. But that's neither here nor there. If we get a minor strike, that's worth it, just to kind of show. It's like, how cool is that? That a scientist can be so poetic, so beautifully poetic. It's so rare to find that both those qualities in the same individual. It almost brings a tear to my eye.
One of the most eloquent people I've ever heard. And this little bit about the pale blue dot really makes you think how fortunate we are to live on this planet. And to bash it and call it all fake because you want to believe it's some flat space pizza, don't insult my intelligence.
Yeah, I can remember being 12, 13 years old and having a little 13-inch black and white Zenith television in my bedroom, watching Carl Sagan on my local PBS late at night. And, he is why I decided that I wanted to keep learning, and keep reading, regardless of the course of study I chose in college. I still continued to self-educate in other areas because of that man's influence.
Exactly right.
And contrast that with the flat earthers and other pseudoscientists that want you to just wallow in ignorance.
Yeah, absolutely. There was nothing that he had to say that made me feel fearful at all. All it did was fill me with awe and wonder.
Exactly.
Hail Sagan.
Amazing.
Hail Sagan.
Hail Sagan. Hail Sagan. That's
Oh,
right.
God.
Oh, hail
Why don't we
Sagan.
go around the table and get some final thoughts? We're coming up on our 2-hour mark, and I don't want to abuse the generosity of our guests' time. So, Bullinator, what do you got to say about tonight's proceedings?
Well, I think, 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 I
It's kind of funny you mentioned the majesty of the universe. That's what makes it worth living to me. Every time I look out, when I saw a galaxy through a telescope for the first time, when I was young, about 13, my dad took me out to an observatory. We had a little small one out in Colorado, and his friend had a rather large, but just, a reflector telescope. And we sat there and it tracked a galaxy, and we were looking at the galaxy. To look at a galaxy and know that it's that far away, and to see the it looks like a collection of dust, but realizing that each piece of dust is actually a star that's that far away, and you can clearly see the shape of it and stuff. For them to dismiss that we can see something as close as Mars when we can see that is ridiculous. And I feel way more impressed with the real thing than anything religion has put forth at this point.
Oh, absolutely, and well said. Jeff, what do you got to say?
Well, when I was a kid, I had a real fascination for science. I loved science, and like most young boys, it was really the dinosaurs that got me, But as I was going through high school, we had a field trip to Canada's very first planetarium, the Dow Planetarium in Montreal. And they had a little bit where Carl Sagan narrated about what we were seeing. And ever since that day, my incredible interest and amazement at this universe that we live in, I just could never look back at. And anybody who can look me in the face and deny that it's real deserves to be driven into the ground and out of existence, because they're stealing my freaking dream, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, and I just heard the Illuminati try to butt in there. So, Aimee, why don't you read that out and then give us your final thoughts or anything interesting from the live chat that you have at this point.
Sure, absolutely. It's from Mr. Victory. Thank you so much. He gives us US $4.99, and he says, from my little Miss Victory, she said, no.
No. That's for you, Riley. That's for you.
That's right.
Now we just got to get her to say, tie a knot in it.
Yeah. That's right. You can practice that with your dad. No, tie a knot in it.
Yeah. Mr. Victory, one of these days I want you to send us a recording of Riley's doing the Del Cow. That's so adorable. We really need that recording.
It's so cute.
Anyway, anything else from live chat, Aimee, or any final thoughts of your own?
I actually have a final thought of my own. It's just, I remember growing up and thinking, wow, how fascinating the night sky is. I was very lucky to grow up in a place with no light pollution. So I was able to see all the stars. I was able, and living in the location I even got to see a couple times the Aurora Borealis, and meteor showers. I drag my poor son out all the time to see things like that. And we can actually see the Milky Way where we are. You can see it stretching across the sky. And to me, it's just so fascinating. And it doesn't make me feel insignificant at all. It's just out there. To me, it just looks like something that needs to be explored, and we need to check it out. My curiosity wins out, basically, is what I'm saying. Instead of fearing that I might not be worth anything just because there's a whole vast universe out there. I'm not sure how they tie that together, but that's my thought anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. What about you, Mr. Cat? Oh, I'm sorry, Dave. You were.
I was going to respond to Aimee. It was kind of like finding out you have a big, giant part of your backyard you didn't know about.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's a cool way to look at it. What about you, Mr. Cat? What do you got to say?
Yeah, I would say that if you feel small by learning that the universe is large, then that's a personal problem you need to deal with in your own mind. The majesty of the universe shouldn't, it doesn't take away anything from you. It may tell you that maybe, as Dr. Sagan said, that you need to look within yourself and treat others better and be more attentive to your family and to your community. It shouldn't make you feel small. It should give you a sense of duty. And that's all I have. I'm super thrilled and happy to be here again, and I hope to be back soon.
Yeah, and we love having you, Kat. We appreciate you spending your time with us this evening. And so with that...
It's like Neil deGrasse Tyson says, we are all made of star stuff, and the stars are within us. And I can't think of a better way to describe humanity.
Yeah. Absolutely. And everybody in the live chat, if you haven't met Schrodinger's cat until now, what are you, living in a cave? Check out his channel. He's got a lot of good things to say. Check out everybody else's channel that's on the Shills. They all got good things to say in their own unique ways. They're definitely worth stopping in, liking and subscribing, giving them some love. And I'll remind everybody one more time before we sign off that join us for Logic and Reason at noon GMT tomorrow afternoon. 6 Central Standard Time in North America. We will be discussing the scientific method with Blue Marble Science and AB Science. It's also a moving party as we prepare to move that show to the new iNetwork here on the Shills. So if you see the name of the channel in your subscription list change and the channel banner change, don't freak out. Good things are happening. Read a book. Inoculate yourself against stupid. We are the Shills, and we thank you for joining us tonight. Caddy, let's go home.
Bye.